often through human spirituality and human traditions, one has spent a lot of time trying to control the thoughts and through that way experience silence. And often when they leave the lifetime, and we go through them, they go, because you're trying to remove the noise coming from you being out of tune, instead of doing something about the fact that you're out of tune. And a lot of spiritual disciplines are not truly about absolute alignment. It's about controlling the effects of humans not being in alignment. So one spends time fighting emotions and thoughts and expressions and all of that, while they're just symptoms, and therefore not important at all. They give you information about the distance between what you believe and what is, which is a very simple definition of what karma is. It's your assistance, but it's the difference between what you believe and what actually is. That space will always create noise, expressions, thoughts, emotions. So the more you think, the further out there you are. And the more centered we are, the more silent we become naturally. We don't have to fight anything because we let go of everything. As long as we fight it, it will have to persist, because life will have to mirror our own energy. So I've seen so many of these individuals spending their whole life fighting their thoughts and emotions that over time they're able to control it. So they have this silence of, I've done it now, enlightenment is close. And, the moment we open, the lid, it all explodes. Because it was control. And control will not help you spiritually. Control is stress. Right? It's trying to do something specific or be something specific according to belief system. Any form of control is going against nature. And by controlling, you can tell yourself the story that you are in balance. Because you have your way, you have your will. And if you're able to control, force life around you, it means that you are right. Your ego is truth, because how else could you control everything? But you are in stress. You are in pain. And it's not alignment. Alignment is the absolute absence of control, because you don't need any. You only need control when you lie. You only need to convince when you lie. You find that absolute balance in the total absence of any form of control. That's where truth is. It's the only place truth is. And that's simplicity. This is what Blue Angel Light is working on. It's bringing you closer to the most obvious, because truth is obvious. But when we're full of noise, we can't see it. And we're not interested because we're in pain and we're fighting. And we think we're fighting for truth, but we're actually fighting against it. As long as you're fighting, it doesn't matter. It's always against truth, because truth is never fighting. It doesn't need fight. It doesn't need anyone to protect it, to stand up for it. It is. So, spiritual centeredness is an absolute state of relaxation. Not laziness, but being relaxed to the level of manifestation not being something you are attached to anymore. And then you have to exist within what is, and you have to accept it. So, assume that truth is always simpler than you think. And also assume that it is always something else than you think it is. The thing is, you can only see what you vibrate. When you are in noise, you can only see noise. And you think you're in this fog, but it's only in your own head. Might be clear sky, but your mind is foggy. Your senses are foggy. And then it's difficult to navigate. But it really isn't. As long as we stop protesting and making things complicated. So, don't believe your thoughts. Ever. There is no such thing as a true thought. Don't believe your emotions or feelings. Now, when it comes to personal survival and you have to function as a somewhat decent human being, yes, you need to relate to your thoughts and all that. It's just, when you're driving your car, you have to relate to the car. And you have to, shift gears, you have to, turn the wheel and all that. It doesn't mean that you will consult your car seat to find, higher truth. You're still relating to it. You're still relating to everything you need to do in order to drive and go from A to B. But it does not mean that it represents higher truth. And it's the same thing with your thoughts and emotions. It belongs to this level. It belongs to the noise. It belongs to the resistance. And you can go beyond that.